Alright, so greetings everyone. Today I will be refuting my opponent's claim and hopefully list some issues with the adoption of Prop 64. We believe the adoption of Prop 64 at a federal level should not be implemented for the following reasons. The first claim our opponent stated is that it would reduce harm. The decriminalization of marijuana does not necessarily reduce harm. As you may imagine, many individuals believe that through the legalization of marijuana, we would in turn solve many problems, such as the amount of high incarceration rates for marijuana convictions, or the high levels of organized crime activities and corruption, when in reality, the decriminalization of marijuana would amplify such issues and also bring forth other problems. According to statistics from the Bureau of Justice Statistics Special Report, Drug Offenders in Federal Prisons Estimates Characteristics Based Link Data, out of 94,678 total drug-related convictions at federal prisons, marijuana accounted for only 11,533 individuals, which is only 12% of all total arrests. Furthermore, many say that Hispanic and blacks are being disproportionately arrested due to marijuana. While that may be true, it is also true that other races are being disproportionately arrested according to drug type. For example, methamphetamine arrests are disproportionately white at 48.3 and black at only a mere 2.5. While powder cocaine arrests are similarly disproportionately white at 54.2%, while black arrests are only 32.6. Therefore, given such statistics, we can confidently state that each ethnicity has separate drug preferences, resulting in skewed arrest percentages in each race. So claiming that police target blacks and Hispanics more frequently for marijuana use is essentially a flawed argument, given the fact each race has preferred drugs resulting in different arrest percentages for each drug criteria. In addition, a recent publication by the Rocky Mountain High Intensity, oh no, never mind that, that's something else. They also spoke about job creation. So it is true that the marijuana industry has created jobs. Nevertheless, this benefit is not enough to act upon legalizing marijuana at a federal level, since the proposed job growth is not significantly large and the negatives far outweigh the positives. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Economy at a Glance, Colorado State, there are a total of 2.9 million jobs in Colorado, while the marijuana industry has only created 18,000 new jobs according to statistics from the Marijuana Policy Group Special 2016 report. Therefore, again, 18,000 jobs out of 2.9 million is not good enough growth to enact upon this proposition. And the final claim is that marijuana legalization would save money. Our opponents claim that through the legalization of marijuana, there would be a reduction in law enforcement and court costs, since the need to pursue marijuana violations would no longer be in effect under Prop 64. In reality, the decriminalization of marijuana would bring forth other costs, and in essence, it's just a transfer of funds, meaning the money we use to pursue marijuana violations would be redirected towards other costs, such as treatment and regulation to ensure dispensaries are paying their required taxes. A study done by the RAND Drug Policy Research Center stated, a distinct question is whether the California state budget savings from marijuana legalization would equal the current amount now being spent on marijuana prohibition. It likely would not for at least 3 reasons. Freed resources may be used for other purposes rather than refunded to the taxpayer. 2, most of the criminal justice resources associated with marijuana enforcement involve local and county, not state agencies. There would be new administrative, regulatory, and even enforcement costs to manage the legalized distribution of marijuana, which would be funded by the federal government. Also, our opposition also claims there would be tax revenue if we legalize marijuana. Well, it is true there would be tax revenue, and with that logic, if we tax soft drinks, such as soda, we would also attain revenue. But a much more pending issue is the marijuana gray market. The gray market is whenever a private person grows marijuana plants, which in the case of Prop 64 is 6 plants allowed per person. Once that individual grows the plants, he or she can sell the plants privately without a license and without paying the appropriate tax. Now, a brief prepared by the Office of the Governor of Colorado looked deeper into the issue and determined that from 2014 to 2016, the number of medical marijuana patients with physician recommendations for an extended plant count of 50 or more plants increased by 54%. As of January 2016, there were approximately 8,200 patients with a recommendation for 50 or more marijuana plants. Much of this marijuana is not being used by legitimate patients, but rather is being cultivated by criminal enterprises and then diverted directly to the gray market in and outside of Colorado. This gray market activity has been evidenced by numerous reports from local, state, and federal law, and this is according again to a brief prepared by the Governor of Colorado. That is why claiming that the legalization of marijuana would bring revenue and eliminate the black or gray market is false. Ultimately, the high taxation of marijuana will lead people to buy cheaper at these sorts of markets. Thank you.